welcome back to Adobe Live.
Hello.
My name is Melody and I'm here with Jermaine Boca. And this week we're doing UI UX design and it's day 3. I'm sad because that means it's almost over.
Last day.
Yeah, last day, but yeah, I'm so excited to have you back for the 3rd day. Yeah, it's been a great week. If you missed any of the previous streams, you can watch them back on Behance or on YouTube. And then today we are doing portfolio reviews, so there won't be any daily challenge. There is still a daily challenge going on, but we won't be reviewing them. Instead, we'll review your portfolio. So if you have a Behance portfolio that you want us to review and give you feedback, definitely submit that on the challenge tab. I think it's still the challenge tab on Behance, but you'll have the link there and then we can review it at the end of the show. Yeah. And then we also have a chat and win in about 30 minutes. So it's the same prize from the previous days, but it's going to be a Move hardcover notebook, yay, with flat lay technology. And if you win, you can choose the color that you would like. So it's an awesome prize, and then you just have to be active in the chat and ask us any questions or anything that you would like. So yeah, so let's turn over to Jermaine and get started.
Hey guys, if you were with us for the past 2 days, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Jermaine. I'm a graphic and UI designer located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, so AWeber, where I work, I'm a mobile app designer. So we have 3 different apps that work with your email marketing account. We're updating one of our latest apps, Curate, so definitely go check that out in the App Store. Just look up AWeber and you'll be able to find it. You can find me on Instagram at jerm.design or also on my portfolio site at jermaineboca.com. So just a recap of what we've been doing for this past week. On Tuesday, day 1, I went over what I was making this week. So basically we've been working on a scavenger hunt app. And I went over on day 1 the user flow and the sketches that I did before I dove into XD and started designing the wireframes. And then yesterday we took those low fidelity wireframes or mockups and we started adding some colors, some drop shadows, and edited some photos in Photoshop to drop into the mockups. And then today I'm going to be taking the high fidelity mockups and prototyping them and animating them in XD. Just a recap of the app that I'm making. It's basically taking a traditional game that you'd play with your friends and basically taking it on your mobile device so that you have a place to create a game for your friends, or as a player you can upload your photographic evidence to the app so that you can cross off all the different tasks. Yeah. So this is just a recap of the user flow that I was using to make sure that I hit all the screens that I needed to make. Basically, the path of launching the app, logging in, checking out your home screen, adding or creating a new scavenger hunt, and then basically uploading your photos to the hunt to cross off the tasks. Yeah, so I'm gonna jump back into XD now to show you what we have so far. So yesterday we took the wireframes and added some color. These are the different screens that we have. Basically, it's the home screen. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's the home screen here, moving on to searching for a hunt, a new scavenger hunt, scanning a QR code to quickly join a new hunt, the option to create a new game or new hunt, and then what the expanded hunt cards look like. If you were here yesterday, I added these screens after the stream so that we can have some more items to prototype today.
I just noticed.
Yeah.
They look really good.
So this is what we did yesterday. Basically, what happens when you tap on one of the scavenger hunt cards and it expands, and then you can upload all of your photographic evidence here. Yeah. So I'm just gonna jump right into the prototyping right now. I mentioned an app that I use to create the user flow that I did. So this app is called Overflow. You can find it on overflow.io. But it's great for doing your preliminary user flows with all the different boxes and the lines. But XD actually has a plugin that allows you to sync up your artboards into the app so that you can have like a better visual of like linking up the screens. Nice. So I'm gonna do that before I jump into any prototyping or animating. So all you need to do is select the screens that you want to animate or to connect. I'm actually just gonna grab, well, I guess I can grab all of them. So I'm selecting the boards I wanna link together, and I'm gonna hit plugins up here and then do overflow. And then you have options to sync all artboards or sync selected. So I'm gonna sync the ones that I have selected, and it's doing it. And I'm gonna jump back into overflow. So it's actually a desktop app that you can download to your computer. And then I'm gonna select the current document that I had my user flow already made in and drop it into a new board. And
so will the plugin work if you don't have the overflow installed, or do you need to have that?
I think you have to have it installed and open on your computer. I tried doing it earlier and I didn't have the actual app launched, and it had me to do it. So you definitely are gonna need, you're gonna need to download, which is, it's a free to download app.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So now you can see all my boards are here, all my artboards are synced up. And then you can easily just start connecting them. I'm gonna zoom in. Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. So it actually takes into an account all of the shapes and layers.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that you have
I
in
didn't think
XD.
it would do that. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna start and connect all of my stuff together, just one by one.
That's so helpful for like mapping out the transitions from like screen to screen.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So yeah, all I'm gonna do is just hover over some of the UI elements, and just, you can see here that it, when you hover over it, it shows you all these little drag handles. So then you literally just grab it and drag it to a board.
Ooh.
And it automatically creates, the lines.
So nice.
And then you can move them if it's in the way of anything. Like here, it's covering the plus sign, so I think I'm just gonna move it up there. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Because in XD, I've made user flows, and it's really hard to like draw the line and make sure.
Yeah, to manually move pieces
do
around.
like that. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer. So it's really nice to have this plugin where you can do that really easily, and it just like moves for you. So it's nice.
Pretty useful. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. So when you actually go to type, it'll drop you into the results, and then tapping this section opens up your camera. Then here you can see that you're gonna need to do some adjusting, only because like it starts to overlap and it starts to get really hard to read. You kind of just have to manually adjust and see how it works. Yeah. I'm gonna zoom back out. But unfortunately, it doesn't take into account like if an artboard is there, so you're gonna have to.
I wonder if it could go like behind the artboard. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if it can.
Yeah, so if I move the artboard, it moves the whole line. Oh, but that's nice. It has the guidelines to keep you in check. Yeah. So this is gonna be good, especially for if you don't have it prototyped out, you don't have the ability to prototype your apps. If you're sending it to a developer or anyone, like a stakeholder who's going to be signing off your work, it's easier for them to see like what connects to what screen.
So Miki's asking the name of this plugin, and it's just called...
It's called Overflow. So this is what the actual app looks like once you download it to your computer. So you search overflow.io, and then in XD, you're gonna have to go to plugins. And if you hit discover plugins, it opens up the little screen here, and you can search for the app, the plugin Overflow, and then basically just hit install. But I already have it installed right here. Yeah, so once you have it installed, you'll be able to find it in the list of plugins and sync them. Okay, going back to Overflow. And then linking this up. Yeah, you can also change these different lines. Say, right now I'm just doing like a quick just quick visual for it, but if you have more detailed like experiences that you wanted to document, you could change the line styles. Yeah.
Adriana's asking if it's a plugin or a software. I think it's both.
It's both. So you need the actual software or app downloaded to your computer in order to use the plugin. Yeah.
Thank you to Val for providing the link. So it's
yes.
overflow.io.
Also, yesterday I created the settings menu.
Oh, nice.
I forgot to do that yesterday.
So Métis asking, what is the stakeholder?
Oh, okay. So stakeholder is basically the last person that you go to before finalizing a project. They basically give you the go-ahead before your project gets developed, at least at my job. This is weird. I don't know. The problem with this is when you have too many lines, it's hard to tell where they go. Let's do it like that. Here we go. And over here. And then I actually don't have the, you're not able to see the card where the dogs are. So I'm just gonna let that go. Yeah. So this goes there. This goes here, and that goes there.
So Alexandra's asking if this is Adobe XD, and this is actually a software called Overflow.
Yes.
But we use an XD plugin to import the artboards onto here to create the user flow.
Yep.
But we will be going back to Adobe XD after we do this.
Yep. So I'm actually jumping back into XD now. So this is a pretty simple flow. So there's actually not a lot of lines going on. But Maybelline says it might be helpful to pull the boards further apart. I totally agree. If you have like a full app designed, it's gonna get really confusing. So pulling the boards apart and also color coding your lines would be really helpful. Yeah, so that's just a quick visual if you have a lot of boards and don't really have time to prototype things out. An easy way for you to visualize where everything goes.
Thanks for showing us how to do that.
You're welcome. I'm gonna jump back into XD now and basically start prototyping. So this morning I thought it would be easier if I could show you guys one of the final animation states before going in and animating everything, just so you have an idea of what the heck I'm doing when I'm connecting all the boards. So I actually duplicated some of these boards down here and animated some of them out for you. So I'm just gonna walk through what I'll be prototyping today. Let me zoom in a little bit. So we're gonna be using both just the regular transitions and also auto animate and the overlay features, which is really fun in XD. So I'm just gonna hit play to start the animation. Let's see if I can get this bigger. Okay, so one of my favorite new things in XD is the auto animate, because I'm not super skilled yet in using timeline-based animations or code-based animations. So this is super helpful. So actually, what's gonna do is I'm gonna be using the drag feature here. So instead of clicking on an item, you can drag. So I'm gonna be dragging the cards, but it's pretty cool because it's like you can move them back and forth.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So dragging the cards. Also on the home screen, the pinning the objects. So I've pinned the logo up here and also the navigation bar so that they stay, so that when you scroll, they're pinned to the top and the bottom. What else? So, and then the overlay features and also the time features where you can delay an animation based on however many seconds you want it to show up. So when you click one of the hunt cards, it'll open up the card and animate up the drawer.
Nice.
Yeah, and then this, since this is an overlay, it sort of just sits right on top of the background.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I thought I'd show you guys what it looks like and then go back and show you how I did it. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I love auto animate because I've tried doing the animations with like the timeline or time delay or whatever.
It's pretty confusing.
It's really hard to like learn how to do it, and I would get frustrated because it wouldn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. But on XD, it's so much simpler to do all the animations.
It took me a little bit to wrap my head around how to use the auto animate feature, but it's basically like I don't know if you've ever actually used any of the animation like After Effects, but the idea of tweening, I guess, is the same thing. So I don't actually know what the word tweening means, but it's basically like taking. So you have a beginning state and an end state, and then all the frames in between are automatically like
between.
Oh, tweening between states. Okay, that makes sense.
That's funny.
So basically, that's what auto animate is doing in XD. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with showing you guys how to do the auto animate of the cards here. So we're gonna need a few different versions of this homepage. So I'm actually gonna you know what, before I do that, we're gonna work on pinning the top and the bottom so that we know where they go. I'm gonna zoom into this board right here.
Michael said tween equals animation between animations.
Okay.
Yay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you can see here that my artboard is super long, but this line right here shows you where the device ends. So this is an iPhone 10 size artboard. So anything below this line is gonna be below the fold, or you'll have to scroll to see it. So what I'm gonna do is, because I want this navigation bar to be at the bottom of the screen, I'm gonna drag it up to right where that blue line is. And it may look weird right now because it's in the middle of my artboard, but once you're prototyping it, it'll show up where it needs to be. So actually I'll show you here. If you don't pin it, this is what it looks like. Oh wait, hold on. If you don't pin it, maybe it's already pinned.
Is it?
Let me unpin it. Oh, I already have it pinned. If you don't have it pinned, it'll slide all over your screen like this. But since we want this to be the navigation bar at the bottom, all you have to do is fix position when scrolling, and it'll keep it at the bottom of your screen. And then I also added the pinned header here so that the logo is consistently up there. So all I did was I took this background shape right here and dragged it upwards to put it behind the logo. Yeah, so he's actually just sitting back there. Let me see. Oh, maybe he's not up there. So I'll do it now actually. So I'll just Command D to duplicate it and drag it up.
That's such a good trick to make sure the logo stays there without having to add anything else. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna just drag this down. You don't need to do this, but I like to have it clean. So I'm just gonna drag the rest of the shape down here, and then I'm gonna select the logo and the background that I just dragged up there, group them, and pin them or fix their position. And then I'm gonna bring them all the way to the front to make sure that everything else slides under. So I'm just gonna go ahead and test that to make sure it works. Yeah. Yay.
Okay, now we can move on to the auto animate of the cards here. So you're actually gonna need 3 states of this to do it. I'm gonna move this up here so that I can work off of it. So since there's 3 cards, I'm gonna need to duplicate it 2 more times. So I'm just gonna hit Option and drag to duplicate the screens. And then I'm actually gonna bring them up a little bit more so that I have more space to work. Okay. Oops. So right now these cards are all the same size. but I want it to have that grow and expand.
Like once you drag it over, the main one is like
animation.
A little bit bigger. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is this first card is gonna stay as is, and I'm gonna, since this is a group, double click into each of these two and make them a little bit smaller. I'm gonna turn my grid on so that I know at what increments they're gonna be scaling down, and I'm gonna hold Option Shift so they scale from the top and the bottom, and just scale them down 16 pixels on the top and the bottom. And I'll move them back over so that there's still even space. And if you have the responsive resize toggle on, it'll also automatically resize your type.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, so this is the first state, and now I'm gonna do the next artboard so that when I swipe this way, the red photo is larger. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this group to where I want the second card to hit. I think I want it to hit right here in the middle. And then I'm gonna resize the two cards on the end. Oh, the same way. I guess I'll do it one by one.
How do you select like two objects in one group, but like not the middle one?
Yeah, so this, I actually just double click right into the group. I'll show you.
Because I've wondered that and I haven't been able to do two, so I just do one by one.
I'm not sure why this isn't resizing the way I want it to. Okay, that's good enough. So this is a group. When I click it once, it clicks the whole group. If you click it twice, it'll select whatever else you're hovering on. I think I click 4 times. 1, 2. Oh, actually you just double click. So double click on a group and you'll be selecting within the group. So I can select this one and hold Shift and select another one.
Okay.
Yeah, so holding Shift. So just double click into a group.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. I think that should be good. And then I'm gonna do the final side over here. And I want the dog to be the last one in view. So I'm gonna bring him over there. Then double click into the groups to resize the leftmost 2 cards. And then bring them over. Cool. And then now that we have them placed where we want, we can start animating. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tab back over to the prototype tab from design to prototype. And then I'm gonna select the whole group. Also in prototyping mode, if you double click into the group, you're able to select individual ones. So I think for this one, I just need to drag the whole group. So I'm gonna click it, and then I'm gonna drag the little handle over to the next board, which I want it to land on. And then you're gonna get this little window that pops up. And then I'm gonna select the trigger to be on drag and the transition to be auto animate to this screen right here. And then you can play with the easing. I normally just end up defaulting to snap or ease in, ease out. I think snap is more of like it comes in fast and then it stops in place.
I like ease in, ease out.
Yeah. We can play with it. I'm gonna choose ease in, ease out for now, and then we can always play with it later.
Maybelline's asking, how do we handle masking a group of objects?
A group of objects? Yeah. I think if you just have a group of shapes, you can.
I haven't done a group. I've only masked like one thing at a time.
Yeah.
But
let me finish prototyping this and I'll show you. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. So then I want to be able to swipe both left and right here. So instead of clicking the group and linking it to a board, I'm gonna double click and just select the leftmost card and drag it to this screen. And then what's nice about this is that it keeps the last settings that you had selected, so I don't have to go back in and reset everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna select this guy and then drag him to the next board. And then for this, since we're only gonna be able to swipe this way, I'm just gonna link the whole group over here. And hopefully this works. And I'm just gonna test it out by hitting play. And then you should be able to drag. Yeah.
Yay. That's so cool.
Yeah. You can see like the text grows too when you drag it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try masking a group.
Yeah, so she said group of shapes or text, any grouping.
Group of icons, you want to make them fit within a circle. Oh. Let me try it with my icons over here. So I have these guys. Let's zoom in. So right now these are individual groups, so I'm gonna group them. And now it's one group. And I'm gonna draw a circle. And, oops. And if this is what I think you're trying to say, I'm gonna cover up the group so that part of it is hanging out. And then I'm gonna select all the objects. So make sure that the shape that you're trying to mask it with is on top. You want it to be the topmost layer. So I'm gonna select both and hit Object, Mask with Shape, or you can do the Command Shift M to mask, and it should mask.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, all of the entire group. And I think also if you double click the shape, you can go in. So you're actually gonna need to double click twice, so it's 4 clicks. So double click once, and then twice, and then you can move the group within the shape. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yay.
Okay, so now, you're welcome. Now I'm gonna work on what happens when this card expands. So I'm gonna bring up, actually no, I'm gonna rename these so I'm not confused. So this is home card 1. This is home card 2.
Thomas is asking, what if you have a change in the base layout? How do you replicate it to the other ones without having to do animation again?
That's a great question. I'm not sure if there is a way.
I know, I don't think so. I feel like
unless, I mean, the only way you can really do it is if everything on your board is a linked object. Like if it's a symbol in your assets panel that you've linked out, which I definitely did not do, then that way you can change it here and it'll make the changes globally. But if you're trying to move a single piece, you might have to, like if I wanted to move this card down a few pixels, I would have to move it elsewhere too. Yeah. Hello, James. James is my coworker.
Oh, cool. Hi, James. It's chat in one time. Yay. So you guys will have a chance to win this Moo hardcover notebook. So yeah, just by being active in the chat. And we'll be right back. Yay, welcome back. Good luck to everyone. Also a reminder, please don't spam the chat. All you have to do is just type something once and you're already entered to win, so yeah. If you have any design questions that you want to ask Jermaine, feel free. Yeah. It's awesome to have all you guys in the chat. Rachel, Daniel, Caitlin, Thomas, Miki, Javon, Sajid, Med, Anton, Gemma, Yay, I recognize a lot of names from the previous
From
days.
yesterday,
Yeah, so
yeah.
thanks for coming back and joining us again. Paul, Maybelline,
Adam.
yeah, James, your coworker.
My coworker.
Yay. Nice. Amelia, Métis, Rachel, Leo, Tomas.
Spam. Please don't spam the chats.
Maria, it's her first time. Welcome.
Oh, Caitlin's asking, do I make stickers with my illustrations? I haven't, but it's definitely something I would love to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to make some cool
I think
illustrations.
does Moo does stickers, right? Maybe I'll
I'm
send
not
it to
sure.
her. I know Sticker Mule does good
yeah.
ones. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. We have a winner.
Oh, yay, Thomas. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thomas
This is yours.
Fleeter. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yay, congratulations. Thank you to everyone for participating in our chat. Yeah, so awesome. Congrats, Thomas. You'll be getting one of these notebooks.
Oh, Derek's asking where to get the astronaut sticker. If you're talking about, wait, I can't see. Everything's backwards. This guy and this guy. This is AJ. So the company that I work for, AWeber, this is our mascot.
That's such a cool mascot. Yay.
So check out aweber.com if you want to see more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back into prototyping. So what we're gonna do now, oh, that's not what I wanted to do, is take our little pug here and expand this card so that we can check out what the tasks are for this hunt. So just a recap of what that looks like, I'm gonna press play over here, is when I click him, we're gonna slide the dog's face up and then do an overlay of the white drawer so that it slides. So it slides up.
Nice.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate, or I guess I can just move him up here. I'm gonna move the card's artboard up here. And so this is actually gonna require some dissecting of the artboard because I want him to be the background and then this whole piece to push up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select this whole bottom group here, group it so that I can remove it from this board. So I'm just gonna duplicate this artboard by pressing Command D, and I'm gonna delete this whole bottom part here, and then delete the top part of this side. And then I'm gonna rename this to be the top, and this one to be bottom. Okay. So I'm going to link up these ones first, and because this is going to be an overlay, currently right now the whole artboard has a background color fill on it, so I want to remove that so that I can see his face in the background. Also going to bring down this a little bit.
Also, sorry, quick reminder for everyone, we have about 55 minutes left to get your portfolios submitted for us to review. So if you have a portfolio on Behance, that if you're a beginner or if you just want some feedback on your projects, definitely submit those.
Yes.
It'll be under the portfolio review tab on behance.net/live. So you can just submit the link to your Behance profile and we can review them at the end of our stream. So definitely get those in.
We want to see your portfolios.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna tab back over to the prototype part. I'm gonna double click on the Doggy Dash card and link it to this screen. So this is the first one that's gonna come up, and I want this to, rather than trigger off of a drag, I wanna be able to tap him. And then instead of auto animating, I'm gonna hit the transition, and the animation I want for this is to slide up. So it's gonna come up from the bottom of the screen, and I think I'm gonna use the snap feature so that it's super quick. And I'm gonna leave the duration as is. So then after he comes up, I immediately want the drawer to slide up under him. So you'll see that if you click his picture and drag it over to the other artboard, you won't get the ability to trigger the time. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is remove that animation. So I'm just gonna just click off that drag handle to delete it. And you're gonna have to click the entire artboard itself by clicking the name. And then when you drag it over, time will show up under trigger. And then I want it to happen immediately. So I'm gonna put a 0-second delay on it. And then the action, I want this entire piece to slide over the previous artboard. So I'm gonna hit overlay, and then you'll see that this is where it's gonna show up. And I also want it to slide up with the snap easing. And then what I'm gonna do is test it out. So it should all be connected. So, should work. There we go.
Nice.
So you see that his face is getting covered a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is actually just go back to design, double click, and slide him up. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah,
nice.
There we go. And then because it is overlaid, you'll be able to scroll up and down to see the rest.
That's cool. I didn't know for overlay if you could still scroll, because I've only ever done small like pop-ups for overlay, so I haven't done a full screen. So it's nice that it can do that.
Yeah. Cool. And then I want the ability to go back to this screen here, but I think so. If I do that, that's what I want to do. That was the one that I had previously built out. So what I'm gonna do is, unfortunately, when you overlay something, you're not taking into account like what's underneath it. So if I tried to click this with this drawer on top of it, it would just keep replaying the animation. So what I'm gonna do is that if I click the top of the drawer here, I'm gonna draw a invisible rectangle. And then send it to the back, turn off the fill and the border, and then while that's still selected, I'm gonna go back to prototype and then link it back to the screen.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, it's sort of like a workaround for not being able to click this icon. Because if I put this icon on this screen, you'll be able to see it when it slides up. So,
oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. Invisible rectangles are your friend.
Yay.
When prototyping. So what I'm gonna do is when I tap that, it's gonna transition back to the home screen. And I'm just gonna do, is it slide left? Maybe it's slide right. I always get those confused because it comes from the left, goes to the right. But yeah, let's test that out. So click him, and then we're technically clicking on the invisible rectangle that's here, but it's gonna work the same way.
Imagine that we're clicking on the arrow. Nice.
Yeah. Yes, hacky, but a great tip. And then, so I'm actually gonna do the same exact animation again, because on the home screen, I want them to be able to access the Players tab by clicking on latest activity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this screen and delete that animation that it's coming off of. Oops. And then I want to grab the Players tab. So I'm gonna hit duplicate and move it. So I don't need him in the background. Delete. And we're gonna discard the fill so that it's clear. This is top players. This is bottom players. And then basically follow the same animation that we did. I'm gonna copy that invisible rectangle from this artboard and paste it to this one so that it's there for us to use. Nice. Okay. So now going back, I'm gonna collapse this. back to prototype mode, and I'm gonna select the card that I want to link to this page. So I want, when someone taps that Fiona completed a task in Doggy Dash, I want to be able to open up the players panel. So I'm gonna do the same transition that I did here. On tap, it's gonna transition up and a snap, and then immediately play this card based on time, 0 seconds. Okay, so that actually saved the settings that I did over here, which I didn't know was gonna happen. I thought it saved the most used, most recently used. And then tapping this once again brings you back to the home page. Make sure to slide left. Okay, so now we're gonna test that out. And if we scroll down to Doggy Dash, okay, so something happened there. Not really sure what happened. Let's check it out. Oh, you know what? I think I don't have it set as overlay.
Oh,
so I want it to slide over the previous screen, so make sure that we are on overlay. It's all trial and error. Okay, so we're going to Doggy Dash, and there we go.
Yay.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. So now we have that worked through. And then I think the next animation I want to work on is the settings up here, and this is going to be another overlay.
So that will, it's that screen? Nice.
Yeah, so I want this menu screen, I guess, to slide right over the home screen whenever I click the menu icon. So if you see here, actually, if I double click on this icon, it's a super small tapping area. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another invisible rectangle to make the tap area.
That's so smart
larger.
Because sometimes icons are so small.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like my fingers are too big to like tap like exactly on them. So that's a good idea to make sure that the users can click on that, and especially because you only have like 3 symbols. So, yeah,
so my thing is I don't make these invisible rectangles until I start prototyping, because otherwise it gets really confusing and you don't know where they are. So I'm just gonna place it right over this area here. I think I'm gonna just bring this down so we're not accidentally tapping
the
camera or any of the timeline here. And I'm gonna turn off the border and the fill. Since I already have it selected in the design mode. See, now I just lost it. I'm gonna undo. There we go. So the fill is still there, and while it's still selected, I'm gonna hop into prototype, and it should be selected. So that when I drag it over here, so it saved the overlay settings that I previously had, but this time I want it to slide from the top down. So I'm gonna hit slide down and trigger on tap. So now let's test it again. I'm gonna hit this. There we go. And if you click it again, I think it's already a built-in feature that it
goes
reverses.
back to the previous state. Or maybe you have to click on that. Oh, it doesn't go back?
I did it.
I thought it did.
Earlier. Me too. Wait. Slide down. Tap.
Wait,
it definitely...
I remember that it used to go back. Does anyone else remember?
I remember it worked for me earlier.
It's worked for me too. For overlays.
Does anyone know what's happening?
Maybe because you have it as the whole screen? I don't know. Does anyone know? For overlays?
Yeah, it should work.
If you click outside, does it go back to the previous?
Slide down, overlay. Oops, it was definitely working.
Yeah, no, it's worked for me in the past.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's pretend that worked. Or you know what we can do, actually? So I'm going to, I'm just gonna make another invisible rectangle. Put it here. And
Derek says it's because your artboard is too large, same as the full screen. That maybe the overlay isn't working.
Yeah, let me try this.
Maybe.
And then I will also try.
We'll try. Thanks, Derek.
So I'll have it when you tap. Oh wait, this is not gonna work like I thought it was going to. Let's try Derek's method.
Yeah, and Ariana says the same thing that the
So I
overlay
should
is too
shorten the artboard.
big. Yeah. Let's try doing that. Let's see.
Ah,
Yay,
yes.
it worked.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for.
So I guess my
all your
artboard
tips.
earlier was smaller also.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Very nice. Thanks. Oh, also I didn't have this in here, but when I do finish my prototype, I so I saved, I'm gonna delete this. I saved the iPhone 10 frame from the iPhone,
UI
the
kit.
iOS UI kit, so that I can see what it looks like, and I'm making sure that it doesn't cover up any of that the notch doesn't cover up any of my pieces.
Slide up bar.
Yeah, so I'm just actually gonna drag this in here and put it over this and see what it looks like. Yeah, so it looks like we're in the clear of things.
Yeah.
So, cool. The only reason why I don't like putting them in my designs is that it sits over top the whole thing and it gets in the way of things.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna quickly delete that and we can always go back in and put that in later.
Something that Kat did on her stream was she had the iPhone template as a layer, but then she made it invisible, and then she would make it like visible just to make sure, but she would always keep it there.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a cool tip.
I think
to
I
do.
did that on my last stream.
Oh, cool.
And it got me way too confused.
Oh no.
Yeah, but okay, what's next? So now I'm gonna animate the search bar here, and I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did here, so that it's actually down here is the animation. I'll show you what it looks like. When I go to search for hunt, it'll remove all of the elements here and pull up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and pull up the search results.
Nice.
So it's a similar process to what we did with the hunt card. So I'm gonna grab this screen and place it. Let's just place it up here for now. And then the QR code. I feel like I'm very zoomed out. All right, I'm gonna jump back into actually, before I do that, I'm gonna need duplicates of this. So this is gonna be the top half of the animation, and this is gonna be the bottom half. Okay, I don't think we're gonna need these. Okay, and then these I'm gonna group so that it's the only thing that slides up. Okay, so going back into prototype mode, linking the bar to this screen so that I want it on tap. I want it to transition up, and then on a 0-second delay, I want this to overlay up and a snap. I think that should work. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. And then, yeah, see that? Since it is an overlay, it's gonna keep repeating it if I try to.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use our invisible box again to return to the previous screen. Okay. Just gonna put this little guy up there. And on tap, we're gonna jump him back. Whoops. To the home screen. Transition and slide left. And that should work. Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh.
I think I confused my lefts and rights again. Maybe it's slide right. Let's try. Yeah. Okay. And then now moving into our QR code. So when I tap this, so I wanted to be able to tap this whole row. So once again,
invisible box.
Invisible
time.
box.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
That is like one of the best tips I've learned. I'm definitely gonna use that next time I'm making a prototype.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the icons or something is way too small.
Yeah, it's fine
yeah.
if you're the one controlling the prototype,
Yeah.
but if you're handing it off to someone, they're gonna have such a hard time trying to grab that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's helpful for like personal projects or something if you want to just show that.
Right. So I'm gonna take this whole box here and link it to my scan QR code. And I think I want this to slide up. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is not gonna work because this is an overlay. So what we'll do is we'll move this box over to this artboard.
Oh.
So that it sits over top of this when it animates in.
That makes sense.
I'm hoping it works.
Yeah.
We're hoping it works.
Med is asking, what tool did you use to make the QR code?
So I found out today, or we found out yesterday, there's a plugin on XD for QR codes, but you need to know the exact
The string
of numbers you need for a QR code, but I
don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually found there's a bunch online. If you just Google,
like Google
QR code generator on Google, it's like one of the first few options that shows up, and you're able to paste in a link to any website.
Did you use your portfolio website?
Yeah, so if you scan this, it'll take you to my portfolio.
That's awesome.
But basically, it generates a QR code for you, and you can download it as an SVG or a PNG. I downloaded it as an SVG so that I could change the colors to match my UI. Originally, I think it just comes in black. Yeah. Yeah, so now, where do I want this to go? So that when I hit the X, so another example of our invisible box here is the X is so tiny.
Yeah.
I want to just make the tappable area larger.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I think I'm just gonna bring it. Would it make sense to go back to the home screen, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess would it go back to search?
From the QR code?
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know where I'm going. I think I'm gonna bring it back to search. Yeah, we'll bring it back to search. So this, I'm gonna have it slide down. And then we'll try to see what that looks like now. Okay. Then scan QR.
Ooh.
And then back. No, I have to link this back
to
the home screen. So I'm actually just gonna copy this rectangle and paste it over here. And it'll copy also the animation styles that I set.
Nice.
So now it should work. Up. Scan. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, cool.
It's looking so cool so far.
Thanks. So have you ever played with the push up and push down? So you know how there's the settings to let me see if I can find. So here I have slide, but there's the push. But I've definitely played with both of them, and I don't really see what the difference is.
Yeah, I feel like I've tried it just because I was curious about how it would be, but I don't know. Like, does anyone know what the difference is? Do you have a preference for push up or slide up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you know,
like
what the difference is.
Yeah, if you know what the difference is, let us know.
Okay. So now I'm gonna link out the camera button. Oh, so this is gonna be a case where I link it out here, but it's not linked out anywhere else. So I think I'm just gonna copy and paste it once I have the animations set.
That's another useful tip, because I would go and do it individually if I like had the separate screens like this and I wanted a specific menu icon to go to the same screen.
Yeah, copy and pasting it, it'll,
that's
as long as you have
tip.
them linked already, it'll copy the links. All right, so this is a stretch. It's gonna span all the way across. So I'm actually just gonna bring these boards up here. So what I want is for this camera button in the navigation to open up my camera so I can snap a photo of whatever I'm trying to get a picture of. So I'm gonna double click into this group right here to grab, oops, I wanna grab the circle.
So Michael says slide up kind of overlays whatever is on the screen, while push up pushes the content on the screen away to make room for the new screen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that.
Okay, that makes sense, the difference between the two, because they're very similar in animation, but I guess definitely the difference is the content.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, so I want this to slide up and then slide down to close. And then drag it over here. Cool. And then since I have those animations set already, and I have this settings linked out to my settings drawer, I'm actually just gonna copy, Command C, and delete the other navigation bars and paste them in. Cool.
So we have about 30-ish minutes left until it's portfolio review time. So if you want to submit your Behance portfolios to have us review them, we would love to see them. So definitely submit those under the portfolio review tab on behance.net/live. And Jermaine and I can review them and give you feedback in about 30 minutes. So yay, Métis submitted. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, what's next? Oh, let's do submitting a photo to cross off a task. Yeah, so what I want to happen is when I click on one of these, I want to open up my camera. So let's try this. I've actually never tried what happens if I can double click on an overlay. An item in an overlay and link it to something, or if it's just gonna replay. Sure. We're gonna try.
We should try.
Okay, so I want this task to open up my camera, and it's gonna slide up, and then when I click record, I want it to go to this screen. Let's try. Also, I want this crossed off. So I'm going to hop back into design real quick and copy this line.
Is there a shortcut for switching between design and prototype?
There is, but I don't know. But
okay. I thought you just did it really fast.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just clicked the tab.
Oh.
But actually, Melody showed me earlier that there is a plugin. I think you.
Oh yeah.
You talked about it.
Yeah,
in
I talked about it in CatStream, but there is a new plugin. I think his name is Kenny. He created a keyboard shortcut plugin for XD, which is amazing because I can never remember any of the shortcuts.
So the shortcut for the plugin is Command Shift F, and it'll open up basically a search bar for shortcuts. So I'm gonna search like the shortcut for designing and prototyping. So I'm just actually gonna click prototype. Or I'm typing did I spell it wrong?
But yeah, this is basically a library of all the keyboard shortcuts. And if you can't remember, you can just type in.
Oh. Joe's got us. It's Control Tab.
Yay. Thanks, Joe.
Oh wait, no, is it? Oh, I'm hitting Command Tab. Oh yeah. And so Control Tab is gonna switch back between.
Cool. Oh, and Ariana also that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Michael.
Okay. Where was I? I don't know.
Oh, you were just crossing out.
Oh,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I cross them out, and then when I snap a pic, I want it to cross off this task. So let's play it out and see if it works. So we're gonna hit that. We're gonna snap a pic. Cool.
Nice.
So that worked.
Yay.
I don't know if I liked the whole slide up animation, so I'm gonna have it slide down instead. Okay, so my issue with this right now is that when I snap a picture, there's not really animation showing me like what happened. I think I need like a little micro animation to do it. So I'm gonna just play around to see if I can do something more fun with that using animation delays. So let's try this. So I want this card to sort of grow and snap back to its original size so the user can tell that something happened, that something changed. Yeah, so let's try this. Oops, sorry, I have a hotspot up here, so that's why I keep accidentally shifting my screens. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this board so that when this slides down after I take my photo, I want a 0-second delay onto this screen. So let's make this larger. Okay. And I think we're gonna need 3 steps here. So actually, I'm gonna bring this one back over here. So this will be my beginning state, my middle state, and then back to my end state. And let's see if this works like I want it to. So I'm gonna take my picture, it'll come here, and then a 0-second delay. Just gonna do ease in, ease out. I guess I can do dissolve. And I'm gonna do the same thing.
Oh, I think you forgot to change it to auto animate.
Yeah. I always do that. Thank you. So we're gonna auto animate so that it animates and finds the difference between the 2 screens. And then do the same thing over here.
And also something to keep in mind when you're doing auto animate is to make sure that the elements on the artboards have the same exact name. Otherwise they won't animate and XD won't know to animate them. So it's good to duplicate them and just double check that the names are the same. Because I've done that and something hasn't animated and I forgot that maybe I copied or something and I changed the name on accident. So yeah, it's good to keep track of
make sure your board is the same. Peter says, can you place the original stroke with the points aligned and animate the position of one of the strokes point? Do you mean to like cross off? Animate the position? What do you mean by that, Peter?
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more? Maybe he means like animate one end of it? I don't know.
Like the line to cross it off? So
maybe.
What happens if I...
Oh, he says, like cross off animation.
Okay, let's try. So if it starts as a single point...
and then it ends as a long.
Did I do that right?
Try that.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
We're gonna play with this today. And then maybe I'll just delete it here. And the final one's crossed off. Okay.
Oh wait, if you delete it, it might not animate. Maybe you can just reduce the opacity, or
what if I just
make it short and then reduce the opacity, or maybe make it like half.
This?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. I'm nervous.
We'll try.
Okay. So.
Ooh.
It did it. It's not as fast as I wanted it to be, but it definitely works.
Yeah,
let's watch that again. So it's definitely slow. Maybe I need to quicken the duration of the animation. So it's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this could, what was I doing? I want to make the duration quicker. So right now it's at 0.4, let's try 0.2. I'm wondering if we don't have easing in, because that slows things down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let's turn off
You can do none.
all the easing, yeah. Okay, we'll try that again. Did you even see that?
A little bit.
I didn't see anything.
Maybe you could try to reduce the opacity on the first two, or maybe still like not have the line be halfway in the middle. Maybe that's what's making it a little slower.
Oh, so just change the opacity on
the middle and first board, so the line is still there, but you can't see it. But then it'll like transition to the end. So
let's
maybe
try that. Well, I'm gonna see what. Okay, yeah, it's definitely slow. So let's So do you think I should have it short, or just completely?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we can try like short and then reduce the opacity and then have that be the end state.
Okay, let's so just turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also on this one, the first screen.
Oh, the little bitty piece
Yeah.
I have here.
We can see if that makes any
I'm never
difference.
gonna be able to find that small piece.
I know.
Let's try. Oh, it kind of worked.
Yeah.
Well, let me try this again. I feel like I need to stare really
I
close.
know. It's so small.
Yeah.
Yay.
I think I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That looks great. So now once that's crossed off, I have this next board here. So this I want to show up once I have a task completed, so that I can see the photo that I had originally submitted. So what I'm gonna do is just link it so that when I tap this completed card, it transitions. Slide up. I'm gonna take it back to 0.4 seconds. And I'm actually just gonna copy this animation and put it over here so that when it closes, it'll close back down to this. Let's try that. Cool. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the snap easing back in. It's like that. Oh, maybe it was already.
Oh.
No, this one. So this one had none.
Okay.
It's like this is a lot more. Actually, I'm gonna play with the other.
Wind up.
Yeah, just to see what it looks like. Oh, so it comes down and then back up. So, and I'm assuming bounce is gonna go.
It'll like,
Yeah.
bounce a little.
Let's try it. Oh. That's a lot.
Yeah.
A little much. I think I'm gonna stick with snap for now. Okay. Cool. Sweet. So now I'm going to be doing what happens when you tab over to the player side. So since this has such a small tap space, we're gonna go in with our handy dandy rectangle again.
Invisible box.
Yep. And then I'm just gonna make this tapping area a little bit larger. And then bring it over here.
Adam is saying, can you add some sound like tick or tap? And XD doesn't have any sound capabilities, but hopefully in like a future update they might. Maybe you can recommend that on the user voice.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Definitely if you have feature requests, add it there, because so many of the features that I had upvoted before are already in XD
so
now.
the XD team is really good about checking that, and they take that feedback seriously. So definitely, if you have any feature requests, submit it on there.
Okay, let's try. Cool. And then I want the ability to go back also. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it over here, and then drag it over to the tasks. Unfortunately, it's hard to see because it's invisible.
It's invisible.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring it back over here, and it should keep the same animation. Yeah, so now, yeah. I think I want that to be faster. 0.2 seconds. Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Let's see what other screens we have. So I think only the last part is to create a hunt down here. Oh, I've got these screens too, actually, so I can animate those when I'm done. But it's gonna be the same thing as we did here. So I want to be able to create a hunt by pressing this plus sign here. So that's also a pretty small tab space. So I'm gonna make another rectangle.
Thomas is asking, when you expose the prototype to your customer or stakeholder, do you cover the cases of going back and forth or only the main flow?
It really depends on what I'm trying to show. I try to make most of the back buttons work, but if you're trying to prototype the whole app, you're gonna need a lot of artboards, a lot of duplicate artboards to be able to show the whole flow, because some items can really only link to one thing at a time. So I think I mentioned this on Tuesday. So when I usually prototype anything, I'll do the happy path flow. So it's only like a linear track for them to follow. So they're not able to explore the whole app, just a single path. So I normally give them an end goal. So I tell them where to start and where I want them to finish.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that rectangle and link it to the Create a Hunt page. This is also gonna slide up and snap. Snap in, 0.4 seconds, and then I'm also gonna need another invisible rectangle here, oops, to be able to close out if I want to cancel this action. And then I should probably make them closer on my artboard. And then bring it back. And I want this to animate back down. Normally when you're animating things, you want it to come in from one place and then out from the same place that it came in. Okay, so that should look...
You look at all those lines.
I know, actually it gets really confusing at the end, but it's also super satisfying when you have everything selected and it's just like this craziness of lines. Okay, and then we're gonna test that, test that out. Cool. So that's slide up. You know, actually I wonder if this would work better as the push up.
Oh, yeah, let's try.
Let's try what that looks like. Oh.
Oh.
I think that makes more sense, actually. Well, maybe
Yeah.
I should have been using push up this whole time. Okay, let's do that. And let me see what happens when I push down. Oh, it's like very snappy. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I have time, I'm gonna go back and change my slide up and down. Push up and down.
Quick reminder, about 14 minutes left to get those submissions in for a portfolio review. So if you have projects on Behance that you've been working on and you want our feedback, definitely get those submitted. It'll be under the portfolio review tab on behance.net/live. And then in about 14 minutes, Jermaine and I will review them live on stream.
Michael's saying spaghetti prototyping.
Yeah.
Technically, it kind of is, yeah. Okay, and then, so when they go to name their scavenger hunt, I want to give them the ability to also include a cover photo. So, I'm gonna put a box here to link to your camera roll. And I think I want this to push up again. Oops. And then push back down. So I'm gonna copy this animation and just leave it over here, but drag it back down to this screen. Cool. Yeah. Sweet. And then finally, once they have their all of their information created, they can hit save and transition this. I would normally make this an overlay, but because I'm not overlaying, I don't want this pop-up to come up over the hunt page. I want it to go over the home screen.
Okay.
It's gonna just bring that up. Unless, let me see. Oh wait, I might actually be able to do this. Let me duplicate this and save that. But I think, let's delete this. Is this locked? So I just want this. I'm actually just gonna create a whole new artboard. So this is the pop-up that I have. And I'm wondering if I can use, instead of faking it by just creating the screen and transitioning to it, if I hit the save button, can I make it go back to the home screen and then put, oh wait, back to the home screen and then put a delay on it? Do you think that would work? And then,
like a time delay?
yeah. Let's try it. A time delay of 0 seconds. Maybe that'll work. Let's try. I'm getting confused with all my spaghetti lines now.
I know.
Oh. So if I hit save, oh, it didn't work. Oh wait, I didn't make it an overlay. Transition, overlay. Look at this craziness.
I know.
Okay, let's bring it back. Oh, there we go. But it doesn't have the background. So what I think I'll do is, because I want this background.
Yeah.
Is there a way?
Background blur, I think, or maybe you can make an invisible box or something, and then blur that. I think that should work.
Can I just do a fill? Like fill the artboard background?
I'm gonna try. Let's try.
But then bring it down to like
50%. Yeah,
let's try that. We'll hit play. Yeah, it worked.
Oh, yay!
And then, oh man. Oh, because I have that time delay.
Yeah.
So now how can I get rid of that? There's a lot of like strategy involved when you're prototyping.
Yeah. Would you be able to not have a time delay with the overlay, or do you need it to have it appear?
It needs to appear immediately afterward. That's why
Oh, okay.
Maybe? Okay, let's try.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Let's try this. What happens if I link out something specific? Back to the screen. On tap, I want it to previous artboard. If I hit previous artboard, is it gonna take? We're gonna try it out and see what happens.
I wonder if it'll go back to the home screen or like the screen. Oh! I think because
there's a time delay on this.
So every time you go to the screen, that'll pop up.
Yeah. Okay. That's canceled. We're gonna get rid of that animation, and we're gonna delete this, and we're just gonna do this.
We tried.
We tried.
Yeah.
At least we know we tried. So when I hit save, I want this to pop up. Transition and snap, dissolve, and when I hit the X, it'll go back to the home screen. Cool. Let's see if this works any better. We're gonna hit save. There we go. That worked.
Yay.
Cool, so then it takes me
Nice.
back to the home screen. All right. So I think that's most of the animations. And I just want to copy the same animation style down here so that the rest of these cards open up. So I'm going to bring these up here. I'm actually just going to power through these real quick because you guys have already seen.
Yeah, and you were able to get those prototyped really quickly just during the stream, and that just shows how quickly you were able to take your designs, do the animations and transitions, and get the prototype.
Yeah, it also helps if you reuse a lot of the animations, because then XD will remember the settings that you use, and also copy and pasting elements that already have animations linked to it.
Yeah, so many good tips on making it a lot faster.
So I'm going to...
so Ritus is asking if you made the gradient images in XD.
I didn't. So yesterday, I actually can show you real quick. Yesterday we hopped into Photoshop. So I'm gonna actually just hop into Photoshop right now. So yesterday I went over how I created these duotone images. It's basically, actually I can just do it really quick to just do a quick recap of this since you've already seen.
It was really cool.
The animations. Yeah. So I have an image that I have here, and personally I never like to work off of the original image. So what I'll do is I'll drag the image layer to this new layer icon to duplicate the image, and then the copy of the image is what I work off of. And then what I want to do is hover down here over the toolbar, and if you click the adjustment layers, I'm going to do a new adjustment layer of a gradient map. And what that's going to do is turn my photo black and white, and then up here in my properties, I'm going to click on the gradient panel, and then by double clicking on these, I'm able to change the different settings. So I actually had my brand colors already picked out. So I, with the help of the chat yesterday, we figured out how to make set filters for the picture. So I actually have these colors already set as a filter so that I can apply. And then what I'll do is, rather than saving this in Photoshop, I'll actually just grab my two layers here that is making the colors, and I'll drag it into my Creative Cloud libraries, my CC libraries. And what that does is basically saves it in the cloud in this panel here, so I can access it in XD. So then yesterday I had a shape, prototype mode, so that I had a shape, and if I open up my libraries up here, it pulls up my panel of images and icons and logos and colors, so that I can just drag whatever image I need into XD. And what's nice about this is it's linked. So if I go back into Photoshop and I decide I don't like these colors and I actually want to make it yellow, actually not in Photoshop, you have to go into your library, sorry. So you have to open up the original photo in library. So if I double click the library, you can see that it opens up the actual saved image from my libraries, and I can go in here and change the colors. When I hit OK, and I'll hit Command S to save it, and it should save it. When you see it save in your library, you jump back into XD. And I think it takes a little bit to sync, but this should turn yellow. Yeah, you can see now that it's still loading, so it takes a bit. But yeah, that's how I added the pictures.
Nice.
Yeah, so now I think we'll just wait for this to load a little bit and we'll head back to this.
Yeah. Just about under 5 minutes left to get your portfolio submitted for the portfolio review. So we're really excited to see your portfolio. So. Yeah.
Oh, brightest is also asking. Oh, see, it changed all my pictures.
Oh,
already.
yeah.
That was really fast.
Yeah.
But I'm actually gonna revert those back because I want these all to be blue and matching.
Yeah.
So now I'm actually just gonna Control Z or Command Z to revert that back and hit save, and it should change these all back.
Yeah, so brightest is asking if it's possible to have any patterns in XD. So for example, putting a pattern on a rectangle.
So I don't think, at least I haven't discovered the ability to create a pattern, but you can create a pattern in Illustrator and then save it to your CC libraries and then apply it. Apply it to XD. But, you know, there might be a plugin for patterns. So
seems to be plugins for everything.
Oh, there you go. So there is a pattern maker in Adobe's or in XD's plugins. I'm gonna install that and see. Pattern Maker creates a seamless tile that can be used alone. Ooh, or in a repeat grid. Oh, wait. Wait, so actually I think you can make patterns using...
Repeat grid?
Yeah. So if I have an object and I want to make a pattern and I click repeat grid, I can do that.
Yeah.
But unlike Illustrator, you can't really like offset any of the pieces. So you could do this and make it a pattern. But I'm gonna play with
the plugin.
Yeah, that plugin maybe. If I hit plugins, pattern maker, please select an object inside an artboard. Oh, okay. So we're gonna need an artboard. Let me make an artboard real quick. And then bring these. Oh, that didn't work. I didn't want, oh, you know what? I have a responsive resize on, so. Let me see if this works. So I'm gonna select these two, hit plugin, pattern maker. Oh,
we can adjust the columns and rows.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it as is and hit OK.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so then you can adjust it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, so it actually also creates a mask of the artboard.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. So there is a plugin to make patterns.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, before I do this, oh wait, no. I'm gonna go back to animating out these last few screens for you guys. I'm gonna group these together. It's almost time for review.
Yeah, about 50 seconds left.
Okay. Cool, and then I'm not gonna need this one right now. And then turn this off to make it an overlay. I'm gonna bring this one back into here so that they're the same. There we go. Okay. So now I want to link this card up here. Transition is gonna be on tab. A slide. Maybe I'll try push up this time and see what it looks like. And then on a 0-second delay, I want this, the rest of it, to come up. On overlay, this I definitely want to slide up. So let's test that out. Cool.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
And then I'm gonna go and grab this invisible box that I had animated out and bring it back here. Oops. going on. Oh, there we go. But I want it to go to this screen. Cool. And then, what am I missing now? I think that's it for this. I don't think I'm gonna animate it to this side because then I would need to make multiple more screens.
Do you want to show like a quick overview of all the animations, and then we can get into the portfolio reviews?
Definitely. Okay. So let's start out with this screen here. Look at all these lines.
There's so many.
Okay. So here is our final prototype. Yay. So we are on our home screen. So we are able to check out all the different hunts that we're a part of and any new activity that's been going on with our friends. You can check out the Doggy Dash card to see that we already have 2 tasks completed. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Tab over to the players section. Oh, maybe I didn't link that out. So, what I'm gonna do is snap a picture so that I can complete a task. So it's gonna pull up my camera, take a picture of the dog, and it's gonna cross off my list here. And then if I wanna look at any previous photos I had submitted, I can go ahead and click that. And then we can go back to the players tab over here to see who's winning and check out the other competition and any of the latest activity. And then, actually, I didn't link that out, but this should go back to the home screen. Here, oh, you can search for a new hunt or scan a QR code, or we can add a new hunt. We can name it, add the time, location, all the different tasks that you have to do, save it out, share your QR code. We're back to the home screen, I think. Oh, we also have your settings menu where you can check out the hunts you've made, log in, get feedback.
Awesome. Yeah. It looks so cool.
Thank you.
So we are going to take a quick trip into outer space, and then we'll be back to do portfolio reviews. We're back! Yay! We just made a quick trip into outer space.
We did. We're back.
Now we're back. That was really fast. And we're going to do some portfolio reviews. Yay!
Are we keeping these on?
No, we can take them.
I'm sure this was perfect for Kat's
app. For her, yeah. Yeah, it definitely matched the theme of her app. So thank you to everyone who submitted your portfolios. So we picked 2 to review today. So the first one is from Shashank Seth, who's from India. I'll give you a follow.
I love your profile picture.
Yeah, it's a cool picture.
Very creative.
Yay. And you have your banner already. Something Kat and I noticed was both of the portfolios we reviewed had their banners already.
That's a pretty new feature,
yeah,
I think.
I still don't have mine set, so it's nice that you have a picture up there. But you have some really nice looking projects. Are there any that you want to take a look at, or?
Yeah, let's check out the one of the mobile device.
Digit. Let's take a look at this one.
Oh, fun.
Ooh. Digit 2.0.
Oh, this looks awesome.
Yeah. I like how you laid it out with introduction. Ooh.
Oh, I love these logos.
Yeah,
did you make those?
Yeah,
I'm assuming you made those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah.
I love the use of just the single accent colors, you know?
Yeah, me too. Lease management software, logistics, and more. Nice.
Yeah, this looks really good. I love how you placed your designs into the actual devices.
Yeah, I like
to give more
too.
context.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and you can see how it would look on a real laptop. Advance your business process and decision making with Digit.
I love this like single scroll Like,
me too.
You're consistently in the brand. You know, you never jumped out of it.
Exactly.
Looks good.
I like this dark mode kind of section. Looks really nice.
I love seeing projects that have the style guide.
Yeah, me too.
The different assets that you chose. Looks great.
Oh, brand identity, logo type. Nice. Oh, and then UI UX, information architecture.
Oh, this is really great.
Yeah. Screens.
Yeah, so this is nice to have a screenshot of the entire system, because then you can really see like where your colors tie in.
Yeah.
The grid that you're using across all of the screens. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good. Oh, and you made a mobile version, which is really nice.
I also like how you, I don't know if you did this on purpose. You probably did. But how the screen stands out, and you sort of dimmed the rest of the photo. Like the phone is like pushed back into the background. The hand is like, has like a sort of like dim overlay on it, so it really stands out.
Yeah, that's such a subtle feature, but it really adds something to the project. Nice. This is an old school monitor.
I love it.
Yeah. Nice. This is
Great
a
job.
really great project, and you laid it out really nicely. Yeah. I would like to see maybe a little bit more of your process, maybe how you got there, how you got to the final screens.
If you have any sketches, I love seeing sketches.
Me too.
And because then you can really see like where they started and then the final piece.
Like sketching to wireframes to final.
Yeah, even wireframes.
Yeah, those are helpful to see as well. Yeah, so maybe just adding a little bit more of that and your thought process behind your decisions. It's already a really good project.
Yeah,
but that would
it
just
looks great.
add. Yeah. Let's take a look at another one.
You can pick this one.
Maybe this one. Gold bin.
What is this?
Get rewards for smartly disposing your waste.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
I feel like this is very useful.
Oh, love this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yellow and gray. That's
we should,
cool.
Here, can you mouse over your... Yeah.
Yes.
We're like pointing at the
we're
screen and they don't even know.
Sorry, guys. This section.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like how the overall presentation is designed, you know?
Yeah, it's really nice to look at. Gold bin helps you smartly segregate your waste and dump it in return of gold bin points. Nice. So it gives you an incentive to get rid of your waste in a smart way. Nice.
Cool. It's very dynamic too.
Yeah.
I like how your eyes sort of jumping around the screen.
Yeah, and also this yellow is nice because usually yellow is kind of hard to make designs with, but I think you chose a good.
It's like a nice
shade.
muted yellow. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. Good morning.
Is this one image? This is really
I think
cool.
it is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's one long image.
I was going to say, it's very seamless.
Yeah.
Looks great.
It's back to where we were.
Cool. I mean, it's not super necessary, but I did like how in your previous one that we looked at, you had the hand in there.
Maybe it's at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I guess we haven't
we haven't gotten
all
to
the way
bottom
to
yet.
the bottom. Oh, Thomas is asking, where do you get those devices to paste your mockups in?
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether he used Photoshop or XD for these, but you can use Photoshop and do the smart objects.
Yeah.
But I've recently been using XD, so I think...
I use Photoshop because I haven't figured out how to do it in XD. I tried with Angle, but it didn't work because I think you
the
have
Angle
to buy
plugin? I haven't used that
like
yet.
the subscription or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe there is a...
Awesome job on this project. It's really, really great. And you give a good overview of all your screens and everything, so awesome job.
There is a feature in Creative Cloud, like the Creative Cloud desktop tab, for placement. So there's a
Oh.
bunch of screens
Nice.
that you can use in XD.
Yeah. Also, I would recommend searching on Behance or Dribbble for like iPhone mockup PSD, which is so I
Yeah.
use that Photoshop file, or XD if you can figure out how to do it. If anyone knows, maybe you can share it with us. But yeah, you can download those template mockups and then just use it as a smart object.
Yep.
And you can make those on there. So, yay! So awesome. Thank you, Shashank, for submitting
Thank you so
your
much. These
portfolio.
look so great.
Yeah, all your projects look really good. So awesome job. Let's move over to Nick Chakriv, who is from LA. He's a UX, UI, and identity designer. Nice. So overall, this looks really awesome, just from a first glance. I'm gonna follow you before I forget.
It looks really consistent.
Yeah.
I don't know if he meant to do that, but it looks like
Oh yeah,
the astronaut is
like
the
doing-
like the
yeah,
head of the
of the
body.
hands.
underneath.
Yeah, that's really
That's pretty
funny.
cool.
Yay. Let's see. Is there anyone that stands out to you?
Let's check out Shape.
Shape. Yeah, this one
I
also
know what that
stands
is.
out
I
to
think
me.
the background looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Ooh.
she's.
Is it a
very
video?
fit.
Oh, it's an animation.
Is it an
It
animation?
I think it animated in.
Oh. Oh wait.
It might be a GIF. You know, it's
Oh
probably
yeah.
a GIF. Yeah.
Nice. Fifth Element Club of Healthy Pleasures.
Fifth Element, like the movie?
I don't know. I've never heard of that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's funny.
I haven't seen the
Healthy
whole thing.
Pleasures Club. Fifth Element.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like how the image, you kind of like scroll into it as, it's like placed, sorry, it's placed
Yeah.
into a screen,
Yeah.
but it's big enough that you can see the details of it. I feel like
Yeah,
a lot of
I
the
agree.
time when you put your screens into a mock-up, it's scaled down so much that you
yeah.
can't really see any of the elements.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, the use of, are these GIFs or videos? I think they're GIFs.
I think they're GIFs.
Yeah, use of GIFs are really nice. Yes.
Ooh.
I
like how
love
you
me a
laid this
style
out.
guide.
Yeah, me too. This is awesome.
You might need, I think you have a little bit of a stroke on this guy.
Oh, yeah.
But I would just bump it up a little bit more because it's blending into the background a little
Yeah.
bit. But otherwise, looks good. Oh, that's video.
Oh, wait, let's play. There's probably no sound. I don't know why I turned my
Oh,
volume
it's just a
up.
prototype, yeah. Oh, cool.
Nice.
I'm curious if this
Ooh.
was recorded.
On XD.
In XD?
Yeah. Ooh, awesome. I like how you included the video at the very end, so after you get to the screens. Oh, is this the end? Oh, it's not the end.
Oh, there's
It's-
multiple
There's
screens.
still more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like adding a video after you add some screens, so if someone wants to see the flow, they can. And sometimes I like to include the prototype as well in case someone wants to click through.
To
but
play
also,
through it.
yeah, it's kind of hard because they might not know where you want them to go or where they're supposed to click, so they might end up just clicking on things. So sometimes it's nice to have a video or a short GIF.
to show you. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's keep.
What is nice though is when you have the prototype up on Behance, does it show you the blue hotspots?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you click, if you don't know where to click, you can just click on the screen, and then the hotspot will like light up, so you know where to
Prototyping
click.
is hard when someone doesn't know where they're going. Normally,
Yeah.
I like to be with them and walk through them.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So this is another video. We can watch it quickly.
Oh.
Nice. It seems like a very like upscale health club.
Yeah.
It looks really
Super
fancy.
trendy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice. CrossFit. Ooh.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. I don't think we have time to view all the videos, but we can just keep scrolling because it seems
Oh
like,
wow, that's fun.
yeah,
Membership cards.
That's cool. I like how you design the cards as well. Adds a nice visual element. I would like to know what these represent.
Oh, the symbols?
And
Yeah, maybe like a little key
Yeah.
or like a legend.
Yeah, legend. Yeah, that would be helpful. And I'm curious why these are gold and these are white. I don't know. Like, are these features you get? Or
It matches the
card
yeah. colors. Yeah.
So maybe explain that a little bit. It would be helpful to include. Nice. So this is a nice overview of your screens, and the screens look really good.
Yeah, they flow into one another really well. Oh,
yeah. What a happy family. Oh, these posters. Did you make these posters?
It's a very
as
detailed
well?
project.
Yeah, it is. Nice. Got some more videos. World of pools. Ooh. Oh, and mobile also. These look really nice. Yay.
Wow, that was super detailed.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I love how you laid out your project and added the videos.
It might be good for something like this rather than having so many videos, just giving them the prototype to play with.
Yeah.
Maybe just one video, and then if they want to explore, it seems like you have a lot of things linked out.
Yeah.
So maybe this might be a good time to actually put the prototype in there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nice, so awesome job. Let's take a look at one more.
You can pick this one.
Let's do this one. Cryptocurrency exchange. Fort Exchange is the name. The most complete Brazilian cryptocurrencies broker. Ooh.
Oh, I like that. How the background just bleeds right from
that's really
the
cool.
actual screenshot.
Yeah. Awesome. Colors. I think maybe you can make this a tiny bit bigger. It's a little bit hard for me to read if it's too small.
Yeah, the hex codes are a little too small.
Yeah.
But also the colors up top, the darker ones bleed into the background a little bit. So either putting an outline around them or using a lighter background.
Yeah. Bootstrap grid. Nice. Fonts. Yeah, same for this. I think maybe make it a little bit of a lighter color so you can see it easier against the darker background. But yeah. Ooh. I like the GIF. Ooh. The animations are nice.
Cool. GIFs are also great too.
Yeah, because then the person viewing your portfolio doesn't have to do anything. They can just watch.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the scrolling effect.
That's a good just piece of additional visuals to have in the presentation.
This is definitely like cryptocurrency like vibes. Ooh, this dashboard.
This also
really
GIF?
nice. Yeah. Cool. Looks like a lot of work went into this. There's so many different features and everything.
I like how this GIF only shows a really small part of the animation, because I think when the GIF gets too long, the user is sort of just sitting there and not knowing when it's going to end. If there's no like timeline scrubber for a real video. So definitely when you're doing GIFs like this, this is a great example, like keep it short like this, so that you can tell when it's looping and the user's not left there just waiting.
Yeah, and you know what to focus on. With something with so much content on it, you might not know where you want the user to look at, what animation, so it's really nice that you just focused on that one
Just
spot.
that one piece, this looks really great.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and I like the colors you used as well, and like the dark UI looks really nice.
Dark UI.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just such a sucker for data viz.
Really?
Like neon data viz.
Nice.
It looks so good.
Offer. Have a clear call to action, which is good, and I like this bar. It kind of lets you know where you are on the page, so that's good. Cool. Settings. this all looks really good. Awesome job. You really laid out your projects nicely in a nice pattern, and yeah. I think also maybe like with the previous portfolio, just maybe talk a little bit more. Maybe you don't have to write too much, but maybe explain some of your decision-making steps.
Yeah. Like your process.
Yeah, your process and how you got to this end state and what made you decide to do, for example, like this scrolling section or something. It's nice to know the thinking behind the designs, because you don't really know why people designed what they did just by looking at it. So I think adding something small, it doesn't have to be super long, but
it can go like in the intro, so right before you start getting into the main content, just a little intro on what the app is, whether it was for a client or if it's, you know, conceptual, or a case study, but also the areas where you have your style guide, like your colors, your fonts. That would be a great place to add like why you chose those colors, why you went with this font. It's just like a better understanding of your design decisions.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just adding those in. But overall, awesome job. Everything looks great, and your other projects look great too. So yeah, thank you for submitting your portfolios,
and
thanks for
these
everyone
both
else.
Looked really good.
Yeah, they're
great
both,
job.
Yeah, you guys are super talented. Yeah, so we are almost done with our stream. I'm sad. It's been a really fun week watching you design your app.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, it's been
I learned
great.
a lot of new things from you guys, both in
I
Photoshop
learned
and XD.
a lot from the chat, and also a lot from you. So if you missed any of her previous streams, definitely go check them out on Behance or on YouTube. It's really great you shared so many tips with us that would help our design process be a lot faster. So maybe if you want to share where they can find you on social media or Behance.
Let me go back to my board here.
Okay.
Whoops. Yep. Okay. So you guys can find me on my portfolio at jermaineboca.com. Actually, side note, my portfolio is actually just my Behance portfolio. So I'm using Adobe Portfolio to actually power my
nice.
my website. So I have a domain that I bought, and then my Behance, which is just linked to all of these pages.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you can find me through here, or you can find me on my Behance if you just search jermaineboca.com, or I'm sure Val can throw that up there if you want it.
Everyone go follow her on Behance.
There we go. Thanks, Val.
Yay.
So you can also find me on Instagram at germ.design without all the vowels. I don't have a lot of my UI work up there, but I have some hand lettering that I've done. I'm hoping to throw up this prototype that I did this week onto my Behance pretty soon, so you guys can play with it. I'll throw up any hex codes or fonts up there too.
I'm excited to see
so you guys can use it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you to the chat for being here, for joining us. We loved having you. So
yeah, thank you so much. You guys were super helpful.
Yeah, super helpful.
Fun.
Yeah.
So,
thanks
also,
again.
thank you to Adobe for having me back again.
Yeah,
always such a blast.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.